Hey sweet friends, alright, we are making a delicious rotel cheese dip. Y'all know I posted a picture of it the other day. So many people asked for it, so here it is. I am making this to share for something, and so I'm going to enjoy a little bit of it myself and deliver the rest of it. So in my pan here, if you see all this stuff, that's just where I've already cooked my sausage. I have cooked half a pound of just breakfast sausage, or around about half a pound. Now let me make this clear before I even start this. I am making half of my usual recipe. I just don't need that much. This will even still make quite a bit. So everything that I'm telling you is half of my usual, and if you want to make this for like a crowd or a party, you definitely want to double it and do the full amount, okay? So let's get going with it. In my plate here, I have half a pound of the yellow Velveeta. I have half a pound of the white queso Velveeta. I have, let's see, about 4 ounces of cream cheese, which I was a little bit short, so I've got some more over here I've got to get out. And then I did about 3 ounces or so of some pepper jack, okay? So that is our cheese, aside from this little bit more cream cheese, because like I said, normally I do a pound of the white, a pound of the yellow, and 1 whole block of cream cheese. Okay, so you'll see how much this makes, and then you can just decide how much you need to do. Okay, so like I said, I was a little bit short on my half a package of cream cheese, so I have this whipped cream cheese here that I'm just going to again, something else that I bought to make our pimento cheese with, but it's all coming in handy, and we're still going to get to the pimento cheese. I just hadn't had time yet. Okay, so just a little bit of that to make up from my, I usually just use all regular cream cheese, okay? And then we're going to go in with 1 can of Rotel. I normally add 2. You want to do your liquid and all, because that's going to help thin it down. Gives you that good flavor. And listen, for this amount, I would usually do maybe about half a cup or so of milk, but I do not have any. And so what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to run some water in this can here. It'll be just fine. The flavors are going to be so good anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to run a little bit of water in here, maybe about 1/4 of a cup, or maybe 1/3 of this can, and pour that in here. I'm just going to let this start melting down. I'll come back and we'll add some of our other. Now this is one of the things that's really important, is your sour cream, because this is what is going to really help thin out that cheese where it's not so thick. For this amount, that was almost 8 ounces, so that's what I would add if I had it. There was a little bit gone out of it, but for this amount, you want to do 8 ounces. For the full amount, you would want to do 16, of course. Sounds like a lot, but it adds a delicious flavor. And like I said, it just helps thin it out too. So this was something that I learned later over the years as I was making this. And once I started adding it, I never went back. But it just makes it so creamy. Now, if you don't like sour cream, I mean, I get it. Maybe you could leave it out and it would still be good. Like I said, it just really helps to thin it up too. But we're going to do that. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and put our sausage in. Now, I like to cook mine up where it's a little crispy like this. You don't have to, but this is probably close to half a pound, give or take. And that's just, you do however much or little you want. Just remember, it's going to make it a little thicker, chunkier, which I like the little pieces and little chunks of sausage in it. Some people do ground beef. I've always just done sausage. And then that is our ingredients for now. Let's see, I think that's everything. So for this amount, let me run back over it real quick. Half a pound of yellow Velveeta, half a pound of the white queso, 4 ounces of cream cheese, about 2 to 4 ounces of pepper jack, 1 can of Rotel with the liquid included, and 8 ounces of sour cream, and about half a pack of sausage, or half a pound, I'm sorry. And this is it, y'all. It looks great, smells great, and I promise you everybody will love this rotel. All right, I'm gonna let this, still a little thick, but like I said, I don't have any milk. I'm gonna just let this sit here and finish melting. There's still some little pieces of cheese in there, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna taste it. I can't wait. And also you can see how much this makes. This is a pretty big pot. It's about halfway full, so that can give you an idea of how much you want to make. Most of the time when I make my full batch, it's more along the lines of right up here close to the top. It makes about a good crock pot size full. So anyway, I'm gonna let this cook. I'll be back. And another real quick thing, I just want to make sure that I'm clear on it. I didn't leave any of the grease from cooking the sausage in here. I poured all of that out. I just used the same pot. It just still had some crumbles in there. So I just want to make sure that y'all know that I don't leave none of that fat in it. Okay, y'all, let's plate some of this up. I'm just, instead of just dipping, I'm just going to drizzle it over my chips here. And I'm going to still use my little portion control bowl. Let's see here. Y'all see how good this looks? Would you look at that? Has some chunks of sausage in it. I like, now you add however much milk or whatever of that you like. I just like for it to be to where once it cools down just a little bit, that it's still scoopable. You know, it will get hard, like so super hard. So I try to keep it. Of course, like right now, it's pretty thin, but you want it to be to where you can still eat it if you turn it off for 5 minutes. You know, it happens so quick. Look at it. See that sausage? It turns out to be more than what you think it's going to be. Let's see, let's find us a good one here. This is perfect for weekend days. If you have a family that loves to watch football, you know. That is so good. I ran out of my good paper towels. I've got me some on order. I usually just order them online. But anyway, I forgot, so I just grabbed a little cheap package at the grocery. And they just tear all to pieces. Some things you just got to spend a little bit more money on. And paper towels is one of them. Look at this, y'all. Wish y'all could have some of this with me. Delicious. All right, y'all. I've got to get off here. I got to get a shower. I got to get ready and get on the road. But I had to get this done before I left, so y'all just excuse the way I look today. I've just been running around getting things done. I hadn't really got ready yet besides just a face wash and brush your teeth. You know, one of those kind of days, pull your hair up. So anyway, I am going to hop off here, and it'll probably be a day or two before I post this. Because, you know, I'm kind of careful now about what I say if I'm leaving and when I post it. So it's not always on the right time, just because if there's any creepy people out there. So anyway, y'all, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.